Going so fast, hope I don't crash. One false move that could be my last. All these horses in my car got me going fast. I just wanna do the dash.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kinemo back at it with another video for you guys today. And as you can tell, we're doing a well, not even a part two, but a remake of the time how I got cheated on. You guys know me. I like to make fun of the things that happened in my past, but actually, I'm gonna kind of be a little more serious about this story time. It's gonna be the same story, but just more detailed, explained, and things like that. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to actually help people, because I'm pretty sure in this generation of relationships, it is terrible. And I know for a fact people are going through that same thing that I'm probably going through, whether you are a boy or girl, it doesn't really matter, male or female. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain the story. Now, the thing about this is that, well, the thing about any story is that there's two sides to one story. It's always two sides to one story. And if this video gets 5 likes, I'll actually ask the girl that's in the story, I'll ask her if she would like to explain her side of the story on my channel. She doesn't have a YouTube channel or nothing, but she knows about my channel. I'm pretty sure she's going to be aware of this video. But if this video gets 5 likes, I'll ask her. If this video gets 10 likes, I'll try to persuade her. Like, I'll try to make her do it, like probably give her something in return. I'm pretty sure she'll do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. But we're like kind of good friends right now, so I'm pretty sure she'll do it. We don't hate each other or anything. But I'm going to go ahead and explain everything so you guys aren't like kind of lost or anything like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and explain this video. Now, most of you guys have already seen this. I'll have the link to the first video in the description. I kind of explained it funny, but this one is going to be a lot more serious. And I keep forgetting I had this band-aid on my eye. I had an accident, if you guys see the band-aid, but but yeah, okay. So anyways, basically in high school, I was in a relationship. I was talking to this female. And remind you, I've been in a relationship before, but in this one, about this girl, of course, this particular girl, I was just really involved with her. I don't know, like, I wasn't like the player type of guy. I was really faithful, especially in high school. You know, I was just one of those guys. Well, I still am. But you know, I was just one of those guys who just, if I was even talking to one female, like just talking, not even dating, you know, I would just put all of my attention into that person, you know, just, you know, not to cause any problems or anything like that. But we were talking for a minute, and then, you know, of course, things got serious, and, you know, we decided to date. Now, the thing about this relationship is that she was a little bit more confused more than anything, because she was already dating somebody. Not when she dated me, but like before she dated me, she was in a relationship with she was in a bad relationship with some dude who just didn't treat her right. I'm not going to get specific, you know, not into detail with that, but, you know, basically the guy did not treat her right, especially in my eyes. I just was like, yo, like, I don't even understand why you even like this dude. But, you know, she was deeply in love with him as far as I'm concerned. Again, this is just my side of the story. So, you know, it was really hard for her to move on, I guess you would say, because, again, you know, she knew that she had to, but I guess she didn't really want to like that. But basically, when we got into a relationship, you know, she was just so confused. She didn't know what she wanted to do. She didn't know she wanted to be with him or, you know, be with me. And again, you know, she's not used to a guy like me. Well, at least that's what she said. You know, she's not used to me being like a guy being really nice to her and things like that. You know, actually kind of being faithful and treating her right and things like that, and offering to help her out and stuff like that. So she wasn't used to that. So it was really just a big change for her as far as I'm concerned. And basically, I knew that she was talking to him, but then again, you guys got to understand, I'm not the type of guy that's going to look through your phone, get in your personal business. You know, if you want to do what you got to do, I mean, that's up to you. I'm not about to sit here and just, you know, sit here and look for you cheating. No, I'm not that type of guy. I give my my female freedom. But basically, I did know that she was texting him because of, again, I mean, they just pretty much broke up, and that was her ex. So of course, she's gonna, talk to him from. I didn't know that I didn't know what they were talking about, but I did know that they were, kind of would text back and forth. Even when we were on the phone, like she would text him, but she would let me know. She would obviously tell me. Um, but I guess, one day she wasn't entirely sure what she wanted to do. So basically, what she did was she had said, and no, I'm not crying. I just have my head down. I'm not crying. I just don't feel like looking at the camera because you guys see that there's no music or anything. But I'm obviously past this thing now. But anyways, sorry to get off topic. But basically, she broke up with me. She said, she can't do this. She would always pick fights. I know throughout the relationship, she would pick fights. And I would just always be like a total gentleman about it. But basically, she was just done with me. She didn't want to, be with me because she still liked, who. So I was like, it's fine. At first I was like, it's fine. If you still love him, I can't get mad at that. If you want to be with him, I can't get mad. You just gotta do what you gotta do. And when I went to school that day, well, the next day, I was just so depressed. Like I was like out of it. Like I couldn't believe it because again, loved the girl. So it was just like, yo, it was a big shocker for me. My heart was just literally gone. I had practice that day too. My head was definitely not in the game. um, I was mad at pretty much everybody. People were like, yo, Nemo, Neiman, what's wrong? They I was just like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Like I was pretty much looking like this, but just with a mad face, with a mad face on. But I was really, really angry, really, really confused. I was like, what could I do better? Like, what could have I done better? Like, what do I just let her leave? Like, I wasn't really used to anything like this. I wasn't used to a real relationship, as far as of me actually like seeing a future with this girl, as like making her my wife, like dating long term. So it was really new for me. um and maybe I think 2 days after that, she texted me, and she said, we would text, and basically, we would talk and things like that. And what, she was just like, I can't do it. I gotta, I'm gonna leave him. Basically, she was saying she's gonna leave the other guy, to be with me, because she was like, she felt like she treated me wrong. I didn't deserve it. And she still had feelings for me. So we went back out again. I was pretty much like a happy bird, because I was like, finally you came to your senses. I felt like it was just a mistake. It's just a sadly proven mistake, and it could be corrected. And not only that, but I'm gonna try to see what I could do better. Throughout the second time, she would always pick like the worst fights. Like, me personally, I don't really like to argue with females. Now I would, but at that time I would just, like always believe that she was right, and just, tell her that she was right. I was like a real gentleman. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But basically, it was one time, we were arguing. Well, we were talking, and I was being like so nice. I was like, what's wrong? Is there anything I could do? Because she was like in a really bad mood, and she like just went off on me. She's just like, I can't do this anymore. You're too nice for me and stuff like that. Now I'm just like, yo, I was like, what? I was like so confused, and I was like, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, do you want me to like be more mean? Like, I just was confused. And she was just like, I don't want to change you. You're right. You're good the way you are. It's just me and all this. She was pretty much pulling, it's you. It's no, I'm sorry. It's me, not you type of stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So she ended up breaking up with me, and this time, and she told me it wasn't because of the other dude. She was just breaking up with me just because she just couldn't, she wasn't used to it. And then after that, I come back to school the next day, of course, depressed. And then she says, no, she didn't tell me anything. I actually find out that, she's back together with, who. So, and again, this was an ongoing thing. And I was just like, what? I was like, why would you lie? And then, and not only that, but I had a tennis tournament. I had a tennis tournament that week. So, my head was just completely gone. I was just like, yo, I'm not ready for anything. I had to do a test, and I was like, I had a tennis tournament as well. So, I just was completely like depressed at that point. Like I was just like, I can't believe like she's making me go through this. Like I didn't ask for this, and not only that, but I didn't even ask for her to like. I was like, I didn't ask for her to be in my life. Like it would be different if I was like, because you date like if I kind of came into her DMs and stuff like that. But honestly, it wasn't really like that. I mean, it started off as a to be honest. I mean, we knew each other from school, but it started off as that, and then we would just text. But I mean, at the same time, it's not like I was just like, oh yeah, I'm about to try to talk. But but yeah, man. And then so basically, throughout that whole week, she was very, very depressed. She would always like come to school looking sad. And one day out of class, cause she had class like right next to mine, but I was at a tennis tournament and I had to get my work. I had to get my work from that class, because the tennis tournament was all day, and it was during school hours, and I would have to go back and forth when I wasn't playing to get my work, and I would go and I would see her. She was outside of the classroom. She would always be outside the classroom because she just couldn't stand her class, I guess. So she would always like be outside the classroom. And I knew she was going to be out there, and um she was just like looking so sad. I was like, yo, are you good? Like, what's wrong? And she just couldn't talk to me. She just couldn't talk to me, and I was like, "Is it because of me? Like, what did I do?" And like, she really like looked like she was about to cry, and I was just like, don't be upset at if it's because of me. And I said, if it's because of me, if it's because of how you feel of what you did to me, don't be upset, because she always seemed upset when when she did do this. So I was just like, if it's because of me, don't be upset. It's okay. I completely understand. It's not your fault. I mean, it's just a bad situation that will get better. You can always talk to me. I'm always gonna be here for you, and things like that. And she just wouldn't say anything. Like, she was just really, really sad, and it just seemed like she didn't want to be bothered. So I ended up walking away, going back to my tournament, and I was winning. I actually was. Oh my goodness. Yo, all right, all right. Well, I don't know if like my controller died or what, but I was winning that tournament because I was mad, and and basically like I ended up losing because I was like really, really heavily thinking about her. So I ended up losing the tournament against a school, and we were like one step away to you know getting like first place or second place, but I messed up. I wasn't thinking correctly. So my life was just really, really screwed up. So eventually, the third time, it was a third time. This is a long story, man. But the third time, um, we ended up, talking, and the dude ended up doing something just out of nowhere. Like, he did some really messed up stuff. And she texted me. She was just like really heartbroken. I think he cheated. He was cheating, and she was just really heartbroken. I was like, it's okay. You know, you just can't talk to him anymore. Like, don't give him a chance. And I'm not. And I would never say things just so she could be with me. I just said things, because they were real. Even I didn't like him, and I would still say, if you want to be with him, you can. So, but yeah, I believe he ended up cheating, and I don't know how, but the third time we ended up being back together. Now, it really took me some convincing to do it. Like, she was really trying to convince me to that she wasn't going to do the same thing. And I was just like, man, I don't know, man. Twice, I don't know. I was like, I was really heavily thinking. I was like, I don't think I could do it. um Eventually, I did give her another chance. I caved in. I was like, screw it, give her another chance. Everything was going very, very smooth. There was no arguments. It seemed like she kind of did change a little bit. Um, it seemed, I don't know what that was. It seemed like she was being for real. And but then again, I wasn't for sure. But it was one time, we were in class. Well, like when we were about to break up, basically, we're going to school. I'm happy. I'm like, yo, I'm excited. I got her back. Um, the third, actually, no, the third time, this happened today, and again, it took a lot of convincing to get me to say yes. During the school hours, you know, I noticed in the morning we didn't argue or anything. Like she didn't start any BS, so I'm happy. I'm really happy. Like the way she's texting me is like she's really really happy. Like you know, she's really trying. It seemed like she's trying to put effort into the relationship. So you know, I'm happy right now. And during school, I was in class. I believe I was in English class. I go to talk to one of my teachers about tennis. You know, because again, I was a tennis star in high school, so I was really involved in football and tennis was like really like the sport that I was really really good at. So you know, I was going to talk to one of my coaches about tennis, coach slash teacher. And while we're doing that, she's texting me. She's texting me and she's saying, you know, she just can't do it. She's really really sorry, but she, you know, she just did want to, you know, go out with me and things like that, and she just couldn't do it anymore. That's basically, and I'm texting me like at the moment, like while we're in school, and while I'm walking, because I'm walking in the hallway while I'm getting these messages, I look at I turn into the hallway. I realized that we had the same class, not the same class, but we had the same class on the same floor. I look and she's outside talking and laughing and doing whatever she's doing with the guy that she went back out with. So she ended up going back out with that guy, even though she just told me that she couldn't do it anymore and things like that. Um, and yeah, it got really like that. Actually, made me really mad. That was probably one of the worst experiences I've ever had, was to actually like see, you know, a girl that I really really cared about, you know, kind of lie to my face, saying that, you know, she can't do it, and yet she's just talking to somebody else. Like that honestly like broke me. That hurt me. I wish that up on nobody. um but yeah, we ended up breaking up that day. I was like, man, I can't. I'm that's dead. Like I couldn't do it no more after that. I honestly didn't even want to be her friend after that. But you know, eventually, I think one day we ended up talking about everything. And eventually, you know, of course, I forgave her. I'm a very forgiving person. I forgave her. You know, we would talk about it. We still to this day talk about the situation. We honestly joke and laugh about it. You know, right now we're like really good friends. It doesn't really. I mean, you know, you can't have a grudge forever. You feel me? Um, and she, of course, in my eyes, she did me wrong. But you know, you can't be mad about that situation forever. That's for one. But we are really good friends right now. We talk about practically anything and everything. You know, we will sit here and have a whole conversation about what I just had, and literally laugh about, both of us laugh about it. You know, it's really not that serious. But you know, I just thought I would explain that story because I'm pretty sure most of you guys are going through the same thing. And just know, man, you know, you gotta be a grown up. You gotta be an adult. You know, be real with the person. If you are dating somebody and don't want to date them, be real about it, man. And especially don't give your all to a person that's not giving you half of what you're doing. You feel me? If you're giving 100% and they're not even giving you 50, it's time to move on. Don't be around that person. That person does not want you. um, but I just felt like I should explain that story. Again, if this video gets 5 likes, I'll ask her to actually explain her side, because most of you guys was just like, yo, tell a story. And I was like, man, fine, I'll tell this story again, because I felt like I should have went into more detail about it. But honestly, like, she's really not a bad person. It was just a really bad mistake that she made, because, you know, again, feelings are involved. So, you know, people are going to make mistakes when feelings are involved. I honestly, I don't have any grudge about it anymore. Like that was just in the past. That was some high school type stuff. So I mean, I'm really not upset about it. I felt like I should explain the story a lot better and a lot more serious than actually laughing at it. And I know the last time I did make the tell about this story, you know, she kind of was a little bit upset because I was kind of making it as a joke. And not only that, but she just felt like it wasn't like that. But hey, if she's down, I will actually, you know, get her. I'll try to ask her. If this video gets 10 likes, then I'll try to persuade her. But if this video gets 5 likes, I'll ask her to actually come do this video, sit right beside me, and explain her side of the story. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like people should, you know, we can help people out as far as relationship wise, because, you know, both of us have went through some crazy relationships. So, you know, I feel like that'll be a pretty cool idea, man. That'll be a lovely idea. But anyways, your boy King Nemo is out. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video, because this is probably the longest video I've ever done, and it's still a lot more to the story. It really is a lot more to the story, but I just, you know, the time limit, But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this story time, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you want her to explain the story, 5 likes, and I'll ask her, come, explain your side of the story. I'm pretty sure she's going to see it, so I hope she doesn't get entirely too mad about it. But yeah, anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Your boy King Nemo's out. Dream team or no team, y'all already know, 1K subscribers. Hit that like button. All right.